Hey, welcome back to JG3 Reviews, and really kind of feels like I ought to say that to myself too, because I've been missing for a few weeks, haven't I? We do around here fountain pen ink paper reviews, basically sharing with you things that I find that I think are cool in the fountain pen world. And sometimes we stray into gel pens, roller balls, highlighters, all that kind of good stuff. Really, if I think it's cool and it has to do with writing, I'm going to share it with you. And today it is a pen mail opening day kind of video because I've been gone for a little over 2 weeks, as you may have noticed by the dead grass and the poor houseplant over here that I'm trying to revive. I had a house sitter go AWOL, which, ironically, I had to restart recording this video because my little Google Home Mini speaker thing went off saying, please water your plants. That's the kind of week I'm having. Anyway, as I play catch up, I want to share with you some things that came in the mail, but also tell you some other things that are coming up even before some of these pens that are in the mail. A great friend of the channel has sent me a box of Waterman pens to let me look those over and review those, and I'm going to do that over the month of August, a pen at a time, and I'm excited about that. Some really neat Waterman pens were in that box. And then I have an Ayush paper review. I have some samples that were sent to me that I want to share with you. Used one of those notebooks on my trip, so I have a real good idea of what I think about the paper at this point, so I'll be getting that out to you in the next week or so. And I also have some inks that I'm going to share with you. One box that I did not wait for the video for was from Birmingham Pens, and I didn't wait because many of you know who follow my channel and my Instagram, you know that I dropped somehow in the midst of cleaning the nib unit and section of my Diplomat Arrow, which is not just a favorite pen, it's a favorite sentimental pen. And I dropped it, and naturally, like always happens with a fountain pen, it landed nib first, killed that Diplomat nib. Could have bought a whole new section, but I didn't need a whole new section. I just wanted a number 6 nib that would write really well. And so I decided while I was ordering ink from Birmingham Pens to go ahead and order a Nimacine nib, also made in Germany, just like the Diplomat and the Jowo nib that was in it. And I wanted one that had kind of a nice nib engraving on it, which the Nimacine nib does. So I ordered this in medium, just as I had before, and I will give you some impressions in a nib review of that soon. I also have a couple of inks here from Birmingham Pens. Their stuff always comes packaged really well. You can see I have not even unwrapped this one. They also come in really nice, maybe I'll put it this way, right? Really nice boxes. Their packaging is just excellent anyway. And in fact, let me just show you something. So if you've never ordered from Birmingham Pens, and they pay me nothing, no sponsor or anything like that, I just like their products and their packaging. And in that packaging, you find, of course, this nifty little card with their name, but also a thank you. And it's not even the only thank you. In the box also is the bigger card with a thank you and a commitment to provide good customer service, which I can tell you, I've had a couple of times where the post office did weird things with my shipments. They have always been easy to contact and great to follow through on making sure that it comes. Great experience with their company. So really, really neat family-owned company. Good stuff. I really do like it. They also have a postcard in every box, or at least every box I've gotten has included a postcard to encourage you to use your fountain pen in a way that blesses somebody else. And I think that's really cool. But back to the box of ink. These always come, and the pens do as well, in really nicely done boxes. And I really like their labels, as does my font-loving, let me tell you guys at Birmingham Pens, my font-loving daughter absolutely loves the simplicity and the fonts used, the script used on your labels. So you got a thumbs up from a 14-year-old. You're doing something right. You know what I mean? So this is one of the inks that I ordered, and it is ultramarine, a blue. That's going to be really cool. And the other is a charcoal brown, like a brown-black ink. Look for those reviews to come in the fairly near future. Next up, we have mystery package number 1. Again, I know what I ordered. All 3 of these pens come from the same manufacturer, but I don't know what's in what package because I don't know when they came to watch the tracking or anything like that. So let me open this up and see what we've got. I got the Jinhao 100 Centennial, and this is their newer mini version of the pen in this really neat sky blue. So check that out. The color looks fantastic, the details and all of that. I'm looking forward to the review of this pen. I kind of have an idea probably of how it's going to write, but it'll be cool to get into the details and the differences of this and the full-size Jinhao 100. Next, I think we ought to go with the one with the different package. And this actually has 2 different envelopes inside. Maybe I don't know what I ordered. Okay, so this is the first pen out of that envelope, and this thing's going to look a little familiar. No, that is not a Lamy 2000. It is not trying to pass itself off as a Lamy 2000, but wow, look at the resemblance on this. I have no idea what this is made of. I think I know what it's not made of. And instead of a hooded nib, it has another Lamy-esque type nib from Jinhao, but this is a Jinhao plastic pen, injection molded, I do believe. I think I saw a seam. Interesting that they're doing this. I'm really kind of surprised, but I remember ordering this for that reason. We're gonna compare it to the real thing, and I already know which one's gonna win, but I think it's interesting they did this. Not necessarily interesting in the best of ways, but there you are. Okay, sticking with a motif, Jinhao is the X159, that pen that is reminiscent of a 149, but isn't trying to pass itself off as the real thing. There are very definite differences. There are also differences between this and the original Jinhao 159, which I've reviewed before, which is a metal pen. This is plastic. You've probably seen this already getting some reviews. It's been out for a month or so now, but the most interesting thing about this pen and the difference between it and that original is actually not the metal versus plastic, but the number 6 versus the new number 8 Jinhao nib. Now that I find fascinating. So I am very curious to see how this pen writes. You know, the construction and the look and the feel. First impression, just at a glance, is what I would expect from Jinhao. Good quality for the price and that sort of a thing. But that new nib, going to be very interested to see how this pen writes. Now for the final envelope. So the last pen is something that is very new to me. A company that seems to me to be related to Kaigelu. Maybe some of you can straighten out. This is Crocodile, and their pens seem to be showing up quite a bit more often on AliExpress and other places. And I ordered one of their pens just to see what they're like. And this is one with a Crocodile pen clip. You can think that's really cool or really tacky. That's totally up to you, right? Eye of the beholder. But I do like the Crocodile at the top of the finial. I think that's pretty cool. And I really do like this green resin. I have no idea yet, of course, because I just took it out of the box, whether or not that nib is any good or how it will write, but we'll find out soon. If it's really related to Kaigelu, I would have high expectations because those pens have been very good for me. But we will see whether or not that pen can write. All right, so that's just the mail that I was trying to catch up on. And then there's all the stuff on the other side of the camera. You have no idea how much is coming. Let me just close with this. One really cool thing that happened on my trip, I ran into 2 of the viewers of this channel that are big fans of the channel. One who I already knew, and we've had a lot of different correspondence and things like that about pens. And the other, I had no idea. I ran into him at the summer camp I was working at. So hi, Mike, out there. I hope you had a good rest of the camp season working out there, and glad that you're a fan of the channel. And to everybody else who was waiting for a video, there's a whole bunch more coming. God bless you. Have a great week.